What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys have a fantastic day today. And today we have the GeminiJets August 2023 releases for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video. And without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started. Apologies that I'm a little late to this. I just got back from a big trip to the Pacific Northwest, so thank you everybody for bearing with me. The NG models release video will be coming out tomorrow. I know it's kind of outdated at this point, but I still would like to cover that. A couple of these did get spoiled for me, so I apologize in advance, but it looked like it was a really good release for August. So we're really excited to take a look at this. It's going to be awesome, and let's go ahead and get started here in 1:400 scale. Let's get started, everybody. We're going to start here with the Aeromexico McDonnell Doubles MD-82 registered November 1003 X-ray, and this aircraft's coming in as MSRP at $54.95. Really cool to see this one. This is what they did in 1-200 last month with the chrome upper fuselage and lower, and then of course you have the orange stripe through the middle. A really cool scheme, and I think this is a really nice offering for any of those retro collectors that are interested in aircraft from Mexico. So I think this is a really good choice, and that will certainly serve many purposes there. And I kind of forgot that when you go full screen, it doesn't let you escape. So nevertheless, looking really good though, and that's a really good release right there for GeminiJets to start this release out. How about an Air China Cargo Boeing 747-400 Freighter Bravo 2476 in the Interactive Series aircraft? A really cool aircraft right here. Certainly very glad to get to see this one. This is a really nice addition right here. I can't tell you the last time an Air China Cargo aircraft really has been done for a 747. Now, they've done 777s, NG has, and other airlines. I think Gemini even did a China Airlines Cargo 777 a couple years ago, but it's really cool to see Air China Cargo getting some representation here. So a really solid release right there, and that'll be a very popular one among China collectors for cargo. So that will be very exciting, and really anybody else that's interested in it. So a really cool aircraft right there coming in at MSRP $70.95. Very nice. American Airlines Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner. I saw some sort of American plane, didn't know what it was. It turns out to be a Dash 8 Dreamliner, November 808 Alpha November. So pretty interesting release right here. Of course, they did the Dash 9 earlier this year in January. Now we're coming back around to the 77-8. It was just about 3 years ago in 2020 during the July set. It might have been June. It was June or July when they did the Dash 8 that had kind of a funky color. So hopefully they can match the Dash 9 that they did earlier this year. Definitely will work towards picking one of these up, even though NG recently did a very, very good release of it. But I'm still not opposed to gaining registrations, and they're getting several of them. I think they've almost completed all the orders that they have for them. So I think they're going to have around 50. So one more certainly will not hurt the fleet. So excited for that, and that'll be a really good compliment here for the collection. And we're also going to get flaps and slats extended. I might choose to just go for this one. I think I probably need to get one of each still, but certainly will be leaning towards getting this one. I would like to, but I got the Dash 9, so it's kind of a tough one. But there's so many of these at Dallas that I think I might be able to justify getting a flaps down Dash 8 Dreamliner. So excited for that, and that'll be a really good opportunity right there. Very excited for that. Our next aircraft off the bat is an American Airlines. This will be an American Eagle Bombardier Dash 8 100 November 837 Echo X-ray in the Piedmont Retro livery. So this was a really big oddball here for Gemini to release this. A really cool one. I wish I could have got my real reaction, but unfortunately it was on all the thumbnails and everything, which is all good. But yeah, so if you don't know, American Eagle, when they merged with US Airways Express, they ended up taking on a whole fleet of Dash 8s from Piedmont. This was back 2015 or so, and they operated all the way up until I believe 2018. So there was a nice intermission period there from 15 to 18 when they had these Dash 8 100s and 300s. So this was the only really special one. The rest of them just had a standard delivery. So I think this is a really neat choice here for GeminiJets to do this aircraft. Definitely will be one I pick up. It's a very neat one for sure, and it will be a really good compliment. Again, these were all flying around Charlotte and Philadelphia there for 3 or 4 years in the American livery, but of course US Airways Express operated them probably dating back to like the early 2000s. So really cool to see this aircraft. I think this is a really neat choice, especially for Charlotte and Philadelphia natives or anybody else interested in that aircraft or just likes Piedmont in general. It's going to be hard to pass that one up. So a really cool release there. I really like that release there from GeminiJets. British Airways 777-200ER in the standard livery, Golf Yankee Mike Sierra. So I love how we go from being so deficient on British Airways 777s to now having borderline too many. NG models did it, and now GeminiJets is doing it. Phoenix might have done one. I can't remember, to be honest, but certainly very interesting and really cool to see this here. I really hope somebody will get after 77-9. That's a really high demand aircraft that still needs to be done. Gemini did a Dash 8 recently, and of course the Dash 10s probably due for a re-release here in the future, but certainly nice to get to see the 222 getting done here, and that's a really good mold, so there's no complaining to be done there, of course. So really excited for that one. That should be a great one, and guess what, we're going to get flaps down because that's GeminiJets in 2023. Good to see it, and it'll be a great aircraft for anybody interested in it, so very excited for that one as well. Delta A330-900 Neo, November 407 Delta X-Ray. So I also saw yet another heavy for Delta. I couldn't tell what it was. I think there might be another one, but very, very excited to see the 330 Neo finally done in the standard delivery re-release. So just the right time. Could have even done it earlier, but the 2019 release sold like hotcakes. So I'm very excited for this one. Certainly will be getting it for the collection. It'll be a great compliment to the Team USA A330 Neo that I got earlier this year, so I'm really, really excited for that, and that'll be a great addition. So definitely expect me to pick that one up. It'll be a great addition, and I've been looking for one of those after seeing them at various places, so really excited for that. Most recently, Seattle Tacoma International. And there it is, the Delta Airlines Boeing 767-400ER in the standard livery, November 842 Mike Hotel. So really excited to see this one right after the Delta or the United last month. And this has the University of Georgia sticker here on the front, which is fine. It's kind of a smaller sticker, so certainly something to tolerate. Really excited to see this one. This will be a great aircraft. Certainly will be getting this one. I can't believe how fast they're marching through these 764s. I really thought they would do it like every 6 months, but no, they're doing it every month. So they're going to run out of combinations soon, or unless they have some sort of plans with fancy aircraft or something. But a really exciting release, and this has been heavy central here. Very popular heavy aircraft, in fact. So certainly will be one on my list, and that's really good. We haven't even made it past the first 4 letters of the alphabet here, which is pretty crazy. So looking very good here. Wow, a TWA 747 SP Twin Stripes, November 58201. So very interesting to see GeminiJets do this one. Also with the Boston Express sticker, very neat. So NG Models did this one. I want to say it was sometime last year, might have been earlier this year, but they have done it. So it's really cool to see that now GeminiJets is going to get in and get their version going. So it seems like Gemini, whether it's intentional or not, really starting to do some of these aircraft that NG has done over the years. So really cool to see this. This will be another great compliment for anybody looking for them. TWA collectors got to be pretty happy with the MD-80 earlier this year, and now we're getting the 747 SP. All of that complimenting the final livery aircraft that they did over the last couple years. So yeah, GeminiJets really fulfilling some markets here, and it's been really good. Let's see if we get another international plane I think would be good here. No, it's going to be a curveball here with the US Air, the last release of this, the last aircraft of this release, US Air MD-82 November 824 Uniform Sierra, and that's a good looking plane right there. So US Air, of course, had a pretty big base over there. I think they were mainly the East Coast, but really cool to see this, another very neat release here in 1-400. Yeah, really solid set here, and I think this is a nice finishing touch. I think a couple more internationals probably would have been nice, but they typically, you know, the majority of the audience is from the US anyways, and NG Models does cover quite a bit of the international sector, even if a good portion of it is duplicates. So really cool to see this here, and that is a very good aircraft for everybody looking for it. So a really diverse set, starting off with the MD-80 and ending with the MD-80, and then of course quite a few heavies there, and just the one really neat regional right there. I'm really interested by this release. It's a really interesting one for various reasons. Of course, plenty of popular planes, but very interesting to see them in the heavy department. I think this is a really good set. I think the MD-80s were both really good compliments. The 747 Freighter was a good choice. As for the heavies, the Delta ones, great choices, especially the 330 Neo. That was well overdue. I think the American Dreamliner was about the right time. I like the choice there. Could have waited a little bit longer, but that's fine. There was certainly other planes that they could have done there, but no complaints. I think the Piedmont Red was a really good choice. It's a very unique one, like the effort there. The British Airways 222, again, I would have put a 789 there, but can't hurt to have another 222. And the TWA 747 SP is also a very neat choice in the time. So yeah, very cool release. I think there's a bunch to be said for this one, and I'm really eager to see what we have in 1-200. So let's go ahead and get into our 1-200 lineup for August. Here we go. Gemini 200, starting off with the Air Wisconsin CRJ 200 Retro, November 471 Zulu Whiskey. Very cool to see this. I got to see 3 of these during a recent layover at Chicago, so how cool is that? It's a really cool plane to see flying around, nice variety touch. Of course, most of these are now operating for American, so that's really cool. Really like the aircraft choice right here, and I think this will be a nice one. NG, of course, doing it in 1-200 as well. So Gemini's mold is also very good. So very excited for that, and that'll be another good seller there for GeminiJets. And how about Alaska 737 MAX 9? This is in the Seattle Kraken livery, November 915 Alpha Kilo. Recently flew MAX 9, been trying to get a model of it now, so got a little excited there, but it's all good. Definitely would love to get Chester in his 1-200 form. I just think they should change the name to Chester Airlines. I'm just kidding, but yeah, he's a great Eskimo and certainly a great guy. So love to see it there. Definitely try to go to the Alaska Company store in Seattle if you can go. There's a bunch of fun activities that we'll cover at some point on my channel in that region. We'll talk about that more in upcoming videos, but nevertheless, it's certainly really cool to see that. Here's the Atlas 767-300ER coming into 1-200 this month. This is 649 Golf Tango once again. Glad to see this at 1-400 turned out really well, so excited for the 1-200 here. I think that'll be a really nice compliment for everybody looking for it. So another nice release right there. Another nice release. Can't talk, goodness. Azul Airbus A321neo also coming up here. Here's Papa Romeo Yankee Juliet Echo. Another really good aircraft right here. This is a nice livery for sure for Azul. I'm sorry that I can't get the picture to load here, but it's certainly a really good looking aircraft. So there we go. Good looking aircraft. I like the livery. I think it has a bunch of flavor to it. Really cool, and another really good release there for any Azul or South American collectors. Very nice. How about the Contour 145 also coming up here to 1-200? I think this is a really good plane. I really like the choice, both scales. So another really nice offering there and really good diversity. Didn't mean to go that fast, but luckily it was a flaps and slots extended. The Delta 737-900ER comes up to 1-200. This would be one that I'd like to get, although probably not the highest on my 1-200 list. Recently got somehow pulled off for $100 at Calgary International Airport, an American Chrome 737-800, 1-200, which was a shocker, but can't pass on that. That was too good. But yeah, love Delta, love all their planes. It's been really fun to see them. Plenty of these at Seattle as well, and other airports like Atlanta. So really cool to see that. I think that's another really great choice there for Gemini 200, and certainly would love to start collecting some more of these at some point, but of course I've got to pick and choose the sentimental ones as of right now. So very cool. Would love to do what Foster 398 does one day with a 1-200 display of like 10 gates. So realistic. Check out his channel, Foster 398. You will not be disappointed with that 1-200 airport. Okay, a JetBlue A220-300 makes it up. I think this was from a couple months ago at this point, so glad to see this making it up here. Another one that I would really like to get. I don't have a single JetBlue in 200, so who knows, maybe one day. But again, 1-200 is a very select market, so certainly got to pick and choose, but that's a really good release, and I've always liked the JetBlue 220. So another really good one right there for Gemini 200. In a Lufthansa A330-300, this is Delta Alpha India Kilo Quebec in the Fahanza Diversity Winds livery. I like the purpose of this livery. I think it's a really good one. It's a good job here by GeminiJets for getting that one on docket, and I think that'll be another really good choice here. And now we have a Southwest Airlines 737 MAX 8. This is the Canyon Blue Retro. Very cool to see this one. Really excited about that. That would be one I would like to get. Certainly would be higher on my list, but yeah, I just got to pick and choose them. So I would like to get a 700 blended at some point with that livery, but let's not talk about how expensive that would be. So moving on from that, I'm just kidding. Here we have a North Carolina Air National Guard C-17 Goldmaster 3. This plane's performance has really impressed me. I got to see one at the Tinker Air Force Base show earlier this month, and then again somehow in Indianapolis, Indiana, out of all places, for Dover Air Force Base. So really cool to see Charlotte here, CLT 13. This is definitely one for you, buddy. So really cool to see that, and that's another great plane. Would love to get some more variety in my 1-200 sector at some point, but again, got to pick and choose them. But I got some very exciting 1-200s coming to some unboxings very soon, so stay tuned for that. Not particularly a bunch of diversity compared to what I already have, but very special and sentimental ones. So it'll all add up once we get there. And here's the Kansas Air National Guard, finally, KC-135 Stratotanker. So really neat to see this one at long last. This was not the McConnell Air Force Base. Sorry, I was thinking McConnell, but no, this should be a standard livery here. Let's see if we can get this picture to load. Sometimes they take a moment, but I would like to see it. Yeah, so this is the colored one. Okay, so, or rather I should say decaled, whichever phrase is good. This is a good looking plane. I really like this. I think these might be out of like Topeka or somewhere. I have no idea where they're based. Of course, the McConnell ones are in Wichita, but Kansas is a completely different Air National Guard than McConnell Air Force Base. So again, really cool to see this. It's a good looking aircraft, and hopeful to see that. Maybe even get it sometime. We'll see. Would love to keep expanding on that. Get a couple more military and cargo are the big ones I would like to expand on once I settle down on the American Airlines stuff in 200, but it'll all come with time, so not too worried about it. And yeah, that's your GeminiJets August 2023 release, 1-400, 1-200. Again, taking a look at the 1-400 set, it's a very interesting one. Once again, 2023 has really been a year of surprises for GeminiJets when it comes to especially a bunch of retro planes, but you also have your fair share of, like, okay, some months they'll go on a narrow body streak, other months they'll go on a heavy streak. So it's pretty uncharacteristic of them to do this for this amount of time, but I'm certainly digging it. I hope they continue doing it because it's made for some really interesting releases. Again, a great release here with some very popular offerings, both in the modern retro department. It was certainly a strikeout for international variety this month, but you know, they did a pretty good job in July, if I'm not mistaken, with some good variety. Kind of similar, kind of not. There was a little bit more, but this one was certainly a little bit lacking here on the international variety, but I'm sure it'll take a month here and get that covered very soon, so you can't complain too much with that. So looking forward to that. Really good release. Again, a bunch of really unique ones, especially for the US collectors. Really hard to go wrong with that. 1-200 was pretty much everything transpired from 400, which was certainly a great variety of planes. I think they did a pretty good job here with the variety that they brought to the table. I think there's a bunch to like here, and I'm really excited for them in those scales. And I'm hopeful that they'll continue to add some more variety. Again, a little US heavy, but what can you expect as GeminiJets? And that's kind of their forte, so you can't complain with something that is pretty standard. So yeah, guys, I just want to go over a little quick recap here at the end, since I know that everything that's been uploaded over the last couple of weeks has been pre-recorded. So I just got back from a big trip to the Pacific Northwest, visiting cities like Seattle, Vancouver, and Calgary. It was a really great time. Appreciate everybody bearing with the huge lack of real life content. I know it's been not great, and I sincerely apologize about that. Just been super busy with that, and then of course airliners trying to get as much of that on the table out there as I can before I left for that trip. So, and unfortunately it's going to continue to be pretty busy throughout the summer. I have quite a bit going on here. Next week will be fully occupied, and the weekend after next week will also be occupied. So there's certainly a bunch going on, and it all kind of, I'll explain it as we go forward in the channel update, but pretty much one ended up stacking on top of another unexpectedly, so it kind of turned into a really busy summer here for this half of it. And again, I apologize about that, as I really wanted to have some time here to work on some projects that I wanted to this summer, but unfortunately it's more at this point of trying to keep consistency than anything, which we've done a really good job of. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed the videos. It appears that they've been popular among many of you, so I appreciate all the support on that as always. Feel free to check me out on Instagram at Redriveraviation to follow along with all the journeys of the real life travel. I have a whopping 31 flights to cover on this channel at some point and counting, which is pretty surreal, but we'll talk about that more in a channel update here in about a month or so, going into detail about what to expect. I'm going to do my absolute best to try to get them out in a timely manner, but unfortunately I can't promise anything as of right now. What I can say that I'm currently expecting it to all calm down here in about a month. It'll really start to get back in a good routine with school, so I'll have some time there to finally get a new schedule, and I will be back at home this semester, which I'm very excited about, as that should give us more opportunities to really keep a good schedule with the models. Of course, we did focus quite a bit on different types of content during the last school year, so this year will be a good opportunity to kind of get a good balance going again. But I will try my best. I have a bunch of really great real life content, and I'm going to try to accelerate some of it to get to even better parts of it, as there was a bunch of really standard flights with American Southwest mainly that I kind of need to accelerate through, but expect that to come as well, and it'll be a great opportunity. So again, thank you for your patience. I know the real life content's been popular here, and I'm excited to continue to get that out as fast as I can. But there's a bunch of it, so I'll do my best and try to consolidate and make it as efficient yet enjoyable as possible for all of you. Outside of that, expect a bunch of great content to come for next month. It's going to be quite a bit of model content, so hope everybody's good with that. And then we'll try to work back into some real life content. Airliners International videos, I'll try to get them out as fast as I can. I have plenty, so expect that, along with other types of content as well. I have a bunch that I would like to cover, but unfortunately at this time, just got to take it one step at a time right now with how much I can get out. So I'm going to do my best to get as much as I can, but I've got a bunch of real life commitments that are certainly taking the time. But the good news with that is there's a bunch to cover at some point down the line, and it'll be really fun to do that. So I hope you all are looking forward to that. It's going to be great. Again, stay tuned on Instagram, especially. That's where I'll be putting the most of the updates, but I'll try to update each and every one of you as I can. So, and expect a little bit more of a detailed video on that coming. I might do one in this intermission, but we'll see what happens. But expect NG models releases tomorrow. tomorrow, and then we'll go forward with some more model content. So with all that being said, everybody, that'll do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name's Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.